Benjamin Franklin once said, "In this world, nothing is certain except death, taxes, and marathons of ridiculousness on MTV." Alright, maybe I made that last part up, but seriously, for anyone who actually still has a cable subscription, it's pretty much impossible to tune into MTV and not see ridiculousness on your screen. But how exactly did this happen? Who is watching this show? And how has it gone on for such a long time? Let's talk about it. If you're one of like 2 people in the world who hasn't watched not even a full episode, but even just a few minutes of Ridiculousness, the show's format is very easily explained. Rob Dyrdek is the host. He is joined by Sterling, Steelo, Brim, and Chanel West Coast. They showcase various clips from the internet for a live studio audience and provide commentary in front of those clips. So basically, it's a slight variation on the format of America's Funniest Home Videos. By the way, rest in peace Bob Saget. But unlike that show, Ridiculousness has the occasional guest host. As of 2022, Ridiculousness is on its 24th season with over 800 episodes produced thus far. And MTV does not put those episodes to waste. Because like I said in the intro to this video, Ridiculousness is running almost non-stop on the network. So much so that when MTV celebrated its 40th anniversary on August 1st of 2021, they didn't commemorate the occasion by, I don't know, airing some classic shows or maybe running a few blocks of music videos from the 80s. No. They ran an all-day Ridiculousness marathon. How is that any different from a regular day of programming for MTV? But to be fair, Ridiculousness isn't really the only show they play. As they say, variety is the spice of life. And man, MTV has variety. For example, Messyness, a show that consists of people sitting on a stage, commenting on what they describe as debaucherous internet clips. Or Deliciousness, the show where people sit on a stage and discuss food-themed internet videos. And last but not least, Adorableness, where, you guessed it, people sit on a stage and comment on cute internet videos. Not interested in any of those? I guess you could always flip over to MTV2 and watch reruns of Tosh.0. It goes without saying that MTV has built an empire out of these internet clip commentary shows. But there isn't really one particular reason for that. So first, we'll be diving into the number one reason, and it's a pretty obvious one: money. Compared to your run-of-the-mill MTV reality show, the production cost of Ridiculousness is insanely low. If you look at another MTV show like, I don't know, Jersey Shore or Family Vacation, that series is shot on location in various cities and also features cast interviews that are filmed on a production stage in front of a green screen, whereas Ridiculousness is filmed in one central location, being a soundstage in Hollywood. Moving on to our next topic, which sort of ties into the financial aspect of Ridiculousness: viewer-submitted clips. As you may know, at the start of every episode of Ridiculousness, or basically any of these internet clip shows, there's a message stating,
"Warning, please do not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in this show, as they are dangerous and could lead to serious injury. Video submissions of any kind are not accepted by MTV or the producers."
With that being said, how exactly does Ridiculousness acquire the clips used on the show? Well, it turns out that the production company behind Ridiculousness, Thrill One Media, formerly Super Jacket Productions, has a team of individuals who scour the internet for viral videos. Once they find a suitable video for the show, they attempt to trace the video back to the original creator in order to purchase the right to use their clip on the show. But very few individuals who have actually had their content shown on Ridiculousness have spoken out about how much money they receive for their clips. But the ones who have allege that Thrill One Media offers a base rate of about $200 per clip. And keep in mind, that's only a one-time payment. The person who created the clip doesn't receive additional payments, also known as residuals, when their content is repeatedly shown on reruns of Ridiculousness. As the owner of a clip, you also have the option to essentially transfer the ownership of your video to Thrill One Media, and they are then allowed to showcase your clip on multiple shows. In that situation, you do receive a bit more money for your content. How much exactly? I'm not sure. But you also give up the right to reuse your clip. Alright, now that you understand just how cheap it is to produce an episode of Ridiculousness, let's talk about the viewers responsible for keeping this show not just on the air, but on a constant marathon of reruns. In 2016, The Upshot, a division of the New York Times, published an article titled "Duck Dynasty vs. Modern Family: 50 Maps of the US Cultural Divide," which basically explored the different TV viewing habits across the United States. The data used to compile this article came from the likes of active Facebook users. For example, if you've ever visited the official Facebook page of a TV show and clicked like, you might have been a part of this study. Anyway, this study revealed that Ridiculousness was, in terms of Facebook likes, most popular in rural areas, specifically within Alaska, New Mexico, and Montana. And what do those three areas have in common? Slow ass internet. Taking a look at this map from the upshot, you can see that the darker portions of the map represent more popularity in terms of Facebook likes for the Ridiculousness page in a specific area. If you compare this map to the FCC's broadband internet coverage map from that same year, everything starts to make sense. On this FCC map from 2016, darker areas indicate 25 Mbps, or megabits per second, download speed availability. The lighter areas of the map didn't have access to 25 Mbps internet speeds at the time. Hell, some of these areas didn't even have access to 0.2 Mbps download speeds. Like, imagine having such slow internet that you're forced to leave your computer on overnight in order to download the latest viral video. Which, in 2016, I guess would have been the f***ing Chewbacca mom video. Yeah, that sounds awful, right? That was the reality in some of these places. But these areas do usually have access to cable or satellite TV. Therefore, the appeal of a show like Ridiculousness skyrockets. But viewers in areas with bad internet aren't the only ones keeping Ridiculousness afloat. In January of 2021, Barstool Sports published an article titled, "I finally cracked the case of why MTV shows 1 million episodes of Ridiculousness every single week." And their conclusion was, well, I'll give you a hint. After a long day of feverishly tending to their lawn, this group of individuals just can't wait to change out of their Wrangler jean shorts, kick off their bright white New Balances, and sit back in a recliner chair to watch 3 grown adults laughing at people hurting themselves. You probably guessed it, boomer dads. It turns out that the same generation of people who started watching MTV in its early days have returned to the network to watch marathons of Ridiculousness. And they're not alone, because Grandpa gets to watch some bozo rack his nuts alongside his grandkids. That's really what has made this show so successful. It has such a broad appeal among different generations of people. And almost everyone has a specific show they like to watch when they want to turn their brain off after a long day. Shows like Ridiculousness or Impractical Jokers fit that bill for so many people, because there isn't a storyline to follow, allowing you to completely zone out and decompress after a long day. And MTV has taken full advantage of that, and it's paid off immensely. Speaking with The Ringer in September of 2020, Tanya Giles of MTV's parent company, Viacom-CBS, stated that since MTV began running Ridiculousness in giant chunks, the network has seen repeat viewers jump from twice a week to 6 times a week. Additionally, MTV has seen a 21% increase in watch time. But Rob Dyrdek really is set for life because of Ridiculousness, because not a lot of people are even aware of this, but on top of the multiple spin-offs the show's received, there are like 12 different international versions of Ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness Italia.
Une expérience des crossovers sportifs, mais là non.
Ridículo stile, después de Tele 13.
I'm hood rich.
Catch the.
Man, did this dude just did this?
Now, obviously, Rob isn't actually in these international versions, but because Rob pitched the initial idea of Ridiculousness to MTV, I'd imagine that he receives some financial kickback every time a new version is developed. And you know, people love to call Rob Dyrdek a sellout and make fun of him for ripping off Tosh.0, which, by the way, isn't really true. I mean, Tosh.0 has a slightly different format compared to Ridiculousness, and actually, that show in itself kind of ripped off Joel McHale's show called The Soup. But while appearing on Steve-O's podcast, Rob explained that in a normal year, he shoots around 168 episodes of Ridiculousness. But between the years of 2021 and 2023, over 500 episodes of the show will be filmed. And upon completion, Rob will be stepping away from the show. By the end of his hosting run, the series will be comprised of not just over, but well over 1,000 episodes, which MTV will be able to stretch out over the next several years. And I say his hosting run because, who knows? If the show is somehow still popular over 15 years after its premiere, MTV will undoubtedly hire someone else to host the show. But until then, I hope you enjoy hearing this laugh every time you stop on MTV while you're channel surfing. Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Those are 2 things that help the growth and visibility of this channel immensely, and I seriously appreciate it. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.